Every Warhammer 40k army is currently sitting on the precipice of destruction. Unlikely allies. In fact, allies that have never been seen working together before are about to take on a common enemy. Because if they don't, their entire universe could be destroyed in an instant. Coming from the beaches is a zombie portal with over 10 million zombies that are already spawning on the beach and will also be boating into the beach to attack the Warhammer 40k universe. Now, the defenders are a mix of Total War Warhammer units as well as 40k units. We have the Tau, we have the Necrons, we have Khorne, we have Space Marines and more Imperium units. We've got the Beastmen, we've got it all here, baby, and they will be fighting together for once in their little Warhammer lives. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and comment down below who you think is going to win. 10 million zombies or a total of 327,000 Warhammer units coming forward today. Let's get into it. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alright boys, let's go ahead and press start and get right on into this thing. Some of the Warhammer units are on defense, while otherwise, like these Greenskins here, are on offense. Now, certain Warhammer units are extremely powerful, these Greenskins being one of them. Right now, each has 6,500 health. And as you can see, they are just tearing apart the zombies currently, making huge gains on the beach here, which is helpful because the zombies haven't gotten their reinforcements in just yet, which is, you know, probably going to be problematic once those reinforcements come in. But for now, these guys can really take over parts of the beach here, make some progress. We do have 1,100 dead Warhammer units. I don't think it's any of the Greenskins here because I'm just seeing zombie bodies. But since there's so few of those Greenskins, some of these zombies are getting through over here. I originally thought these were some of the Tomb King's men. However, it seems as though these are actually some of the vampire units from Total War Warhammer, I believe. So it's a mixing of ancient Warhammer as well as Warhammer 40k here, because we don't have enough 40k units to fill out the entire army, but there are quite a few. And it looks like back here, these are the Tyranids, I want to say. Remember, guys, I am still very much so a noob to Warhammer, and I've been learning so much lore lately, but it's mainly about the orcs, the Space Marines, and the Nurgle, because Papa Nurgle is my all-time favorite. Huge W for Papa Nurgle. He will save us all one day. But I also find the Orc and the Space Marine lore to be the most interesting, so I haven't dove too much into other stuff. Up here we have the Tau Warriors, who are something I've never used on this game before, Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. Over this way, we have the Salamanders, who are my favorite Space Marine Legion, or chapter. Over this way, we have the Necrons, who I did learn a little bit about the Necrons. I actually saw this really cool fan film of a few Space Marines accidentally, like, triggering a Necron pyramid or something like that, and creating a huge problem for themselves. It was pretty good. But yeah, so I appreciate any help that you guys end up giving me in the comment section below towards the Warhammer universe lore. It is so helpful to me, being a newbie here, and Warhammer is genuinely the most complicated franchise I have ever learned about. And I've learned about many. Star Wars, I consider myself an expert in. Lord of the Rings, I feel like I'm fairly advanced in. Warhammer, I am like a baby, like a newborn baby, and it is so complicated. Up here, we do have some dwarves. Yes, here come some of the dino lizardmen people coming on forward over that way. It looks like since they're coming forward, they kind of messed up a lot of the soldiers over here's lines, but that's alright. It is what it is, my guy. It is what it is. These are either Nurgle or Greenskins, but I think they're Nurgle soldiers right there. I know we have additional Nurgle somewhere around the bottom. Oh, here we go. Yeah, these guys, additional Nurgle warriors, you know, spawned by the great unclean one. We have some of Khorne's boys down here, some warriors of chaos as well. But right now, the leaders in the battle, the Greenskins over here, are just pile driving through these zombies. Look at the, like, just destruction and wake that has been left behind. My goodness. Of course, there's so few of them that they can't cover all of the ground. So over here we have some, you know, skeleton warriors, some Tyranids, some lizardmen and stuff like that, all just coming together as one, peacefully fighting some zombies. So there's more areas than those Greenskins up front can cover, but they are doing a really cool job of breaching through the zombie lines very early on and getting just a plethora of kills. Right now, the zombies are down to 9,006,000 units, so 1 million have gone down thus far. And the Warhammer units are down to 288,000, so they were in the 300,000s to start, so they have definitely taken some serious losses, but nothing too extreme as of yet. Of course, these attacking Warhammer units here will eventually go down, and that will be a pretty major loss, because then it's just going to be up to some skeletons, as well as some beastmen over here who are also not very good. They've only got 800 health, so those two lines will go down pretty quickly. But then there will be a rebirth, I think, in the Warhammer units as they come upon the range units like the Necrons, the Tau, and the Salamanders up this way, and I think that will help them out considerably. But for now, it's on the up and up for the Warhammer units, as their attacking units are extremely powerful, doing an amazing job going forward here. We do have the incoming reinforcements of zombies, and we did not include any of the military zombies this times around. My bad. Misspoken. But we do have some of the toxic zombies, we have some of the burn zombies, and also some spear zombies. So, some new zombie units that we have not used before in the spearman zombies. I'm curious to see how they are, if they're any good or not. And then, of course, most of the guys that already spawned on the beach were just standard vanilla zombies, so nothing too exciting with them there, as yeah, they're getting butchered pretty badly. Yes, sir. Getting absolutely crushed. Look at these lines advancing forward. Of course, the zombies that are around the sides are able to just sort of spill in the flanks and start killing some of these Warhammer units in the flank, so you know, these Greenskins will eventually get completely surrounded over here. You can see zombies looping around now over this way, which they're being covered by some of their reinforcements right now, but eventually I think these guys will end up going down as well. So definitely a risky move pushing that far out, but it seems to be paying off for now. And the flanks right now are definitely not doing as hot. The Tau warriors over this way are already firing away at some of these incoming toxic zombies, spearman zombies, and burn zombies. So we'll see if these guys are up to snuff to actually take out large quantities of enemies, and it seems like so far, absolutely, they are killing tons and tons of them. So pretty impressive stuff thus far. But eventually, I think a few of these guys will go down. No one's going down this canyon yet to flank them around the back. I think they're all concentrating on these ground units over here for now. And of course, they're going after many of these skeletons over here. Right now, 261,000 remaining Warhammer units, 8.26 million remaining zombies on the battlefield. Why don't we do an overhead time-lapse here of the zombies fighting against these Greenskins, as well as the reinforcers coming into the front lines for the Warhammer units, and see what happens over the next few minutes here in time-lapse speed. Let's do it, baby! Alright, Alright, boys, we have dripped below 7 million remaining zombies. So about 3 million have died thus far. Actually, I think almost exactly a third, as we're at 6.7 million remaining zombies now. They are eating away at the Warhammer units, though. This big stretch of Greenskins is still causing some problems. But I'm trying to see. Oh, I was trying to see how much health that guy had, but he died before we could. So I take it these guys, as they are getting surrounded, are starting to die. And yes, there are some bodies. Oh, there's one there. There's a couple over here too. There are some bodies as they start to peter out. And in fact, this line over here has broken. So now the zombies are surrounding them and taking them out pretty decently well. So I think it's not going to be long for this defense. I think they're probably all going to die out fairly soon on the exterior, except these guys are actually doing pretty well. They might be drowning in this water. My goodness. That's odd. More zombie reinforcements continue to spawn in over this way, so they'll start pushing forward as well. I didn't mean to put that marker down, by the way, but it doesn't do anything. I'll just put it way off in the back. You actually have to select units to make those do anything, so if you ever see one on the battlefield, it's more than likely an accident. It just happens when you right-click. And these Tyranids and dinosaurs and stuff like that, lizards, are starting to go down as well. You can see their bodies on the floor here. The skeletons back here are ready to take their place in the fight, and then the beastmen behind them. So far, the dwarves don't really seem to be involved in the battle. Neither do the Necrons over here. They're just not close enough to the fight just yet, and the salamanders are pretty clear of it too. But the Tau warriors are continuing to have to fight. Looks like the zombies are starting to make it up the hillside here, little bit by little bit, doing some death charges against these guys. It seems like they have gotten some damage off on them, and the dudes below are, I think, all dead. Yes, sir, but look at the zombie piles that are building up as the Tau just free fires down into huge groupings of zombies. Pretty much impossible to miss those guys, but they are still flanking around here against the skeletons, and also doing some damage to these beasties over here too. It is a chaotic battle. Looks like the Greenskins here continuing to just break their lines, not doing super well anymore. The zombies destroying them in the front over there. We have so much battle ahead of us. 6.1 million zombies remaining, which is quite a large number for the Warhammer units to go through. Let me go ahead and watch the Tau doing some fighting up here as the zombies charge them. Actually, we should do this angle here where we could actually see the zombies kind of coming in, and we can see the beach below too, so I think it's just kind of a cool angle. 187,000 remaining Warhammer units, so I think about half have died at this point, and 6 million zombies remaining. Let's get it. Alright, boys, the zombies have dipped below 5 million at 4.7 million remaining now. Are there more boats coming in? Yes, more boats are still returning, but this entire section of beach is all zombies waiting their turn to go up against the Warhammer units over here, who are also suffering some pretty extreme losses now. They are at 87,000 remaining units, which is a lot less. It's like a quarter of their total force. Some of these Nurgle soldiers over here getting involved, they have 30,000 health apiece, so they should be able to stall the zombies for quite some time. And we are seeing some fire from the salamanders over here, so some of that Space Marine backup fire is going to be helping out the frontline combat warriors. Necrons not firing. Oh, wait. There was a little bit. Oh, they got cool weapons. I've never used the Necrons in UEBS 2 before, but they like launch a beam essentially. Oh, here we go. They're firing a lot over here. Oh, that's because the dwarves are getting some serious combat in right now, having to deal with quite a number of zombies surrounding them. The Necron soldiers are helping out, which is good, and getting some serious fire in, but the dwarves are still likely to go down. They're firing their crossbows, but I don't think they're going to do too hot long term over here, and the Necrons are going to be facing against these zombie hordes eventually, sooner rather than later, unless they all pivot to go down south here. Oh, some of the Cathay, these are the Cathay, right? fighting over here. I kind of forgot to mention them during the battle, but here they are. These guys look absolutely sick. I love these guys. Look at that. They are getting taken down. I don't think they're like an ultra powerful unit. 1100 health, so they are pretty decent. Probably each soldier is getting like 4 or 5 kills is my guess, which is better than nothing. But yeah, they're all going extinct pretty quickly down this way, and more of these frontline units are also going down, so it's going to be up to the range units pretty soon to win, and the beastmen, who don't really have a lot going for them. There's also a single large unit back here with these. I think these are Nurgle soldiers, I think, and so they're going to be the last line of defense, potentially, and also preventing the flanking of these range units over here, which, so, you know, they're pretty important on the battlefield. The Tau over this way, creating some body piles as zombies just come up over the top of this flank and start hitting them extremely hard. And they're also still creating some crazy body piles down below in the valley over here, which is a beautiful sight to behold, baby. 3.8 million zombies remaining, but now it's going to be sheerly just like a mass of zombies coming forward against mainly missile units for Warhammer. The salamanders over here now getting into direct combat with the zombies. So this is probably the riskiest time in the battle. Let's go ahead and watch the overhead of the salamanders fighting against these zombies over here, while the beach defenses and beastmen down below start to go down bit by bit. Just a quick little 5-minute time lapse there, because this battle is moving fast. A lot of the salamanders in the very front lines are already dead. You can see their bodies there. There's still many more to go through. Their lines are a little bit rough because those other units moved through them. So it's not going to be the best line battle to operate with, but there are chunks of powerful bits. So maybe that's actually a good strategy. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But right now, they are definitely taking some losses to these zombies attacking them. Same thing sort of happening with the Tau, but the Tau seem to be doing a lot better at staving off the zombie assault. Look at this. They're just wiping them out beautifully with their fire. Excelente. And then let's check on the Necrons, who are now fully firing down the beaches as more and more of the melee units below start to go down. The Beastmen have some very good cover from the Necrons over here, so that's going to be very nice. Love to see. And over here, where the dwarves were, yeah, it looks like the dwarves did die, and so now the Necrons up this way are going to be competing directly with a lot of zombies coming on up. Now there's 2.5 million zombies remaining, all of which are on the battlefield, so none should be dying from crunch anymore. So this is pure 2.5 million zombies all over here coming forward, and 55,000 Warhammer units. So 55,000 Warhammer units is pretty good, but they've lost a lot of their really OP melee units. There's still like a few over here. But yeah, for the most part, it's gonna be looking bad. Let's go ahead and time-lapse the Beastmen here fighting against the oncoming zombies with the Necron supporting fire from the back. Okay, boys, both sides continuing to take losses. The zombies moving through the Beastmen like butter. It's giving the Necron some time to get some serious kills, though. Look at that. That is such cool laser fire. Holy cow. We gotta use these guys more often, bro. Like, straight up. These guys are so cool. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. The Salamanders over here, they are still taking losses, probably more than the Tau or the Necrons, it seems. The zombies getting real up in their grill over here and getting some kills. But then over here, the Tau still doing pretty well. They've definitely taken some losses, but nothing as serious as the other boys. 35,000 remaining Warhammer units, so they're at about 10% of their total force. Meanwhile, 1.6 million zombies remaining, so those guys are at about 16% of their total force. So, you know, the zombies technically are doing better they are doing better right now. However, the remaining Warhammer units are all their ranged units, which tends to be the best against zombies, and they have these cliff walls protecting them, so this could very well end up being an absolute wash for the zombies, and they take a huge L. But we, of course, got to let this play out. Let's watch the Necrons just zapping them right now, because this looks sick. And be sure to watch those numbers at the top right, as both sides continue to take major losses. Alright, I think the Warhammer units probably have this at this point. Necrons hitting the turbo mode, baby. Look at them go! Absolutely dominating. 31,855 Warhammer units currently remaining on the battlefield. Meanwhile, 600,000 zombies remaining. We will, of course, let this play out to see the effects of the battle. But yeah, it does seem like Warhammer is going to take the cake here at the very end. It was pretty close for a while, but now I'd say it's almost a guarantee. But we'll let this play out either way. Alright, boys. Well, we're down to just 13,000 zombies remaining. So, a triumphant victory for the Warhammer units here. They're impressive. And 31,388 of them are still alive, which is fantastic. So why don't we go ahead and nuke the last of the zombies over this way. Skadoosh! And then I want to run it back just with the Tau, the Salamanders, and the Necrons, just to see how they would do alone in this. But the Warhammer units do win this battle. Alright, boys, 10 million zombies versus now just 26,177 units, because we got rid of all of the other Warhammer units, save for the Tau, the Necrons, and, of course, the Salamanders here. I am curious to see if the zombies will succeed, but I kind of think they won't. I don't know. You know, just seeing the Necrons, I didn't realize how powerful they were, and even the Tau were really good. Salamanders didn't really do all that great, but we've never used the Necrons or the Tau in these videos, and they really, they put together a nice package, all things considered. We will see, though, if they can continue that against this new threat without their melee units, because the melee units did do a lot of work for the Warhammer army. So, you know, maybe the zombies will just absolutely curb stomp here, and it's no question. But we shall see. Let's start the time lapse now, baby. Alright, I would say the Warhammer units are starting off very, very well here, with 7.5 million zombies remaining, meaning 2.5 have already died on the battlefield, which is pretty impressive. They have lost 773 troopers, so they are taking losses. I think probably the Necron are the strongest unit, and the Tau and the Salamanders might end up falling during this battle at some point. We'll just have to see, but these do seem to be the weakest links on the battlefield right now. So let's continue to watch. Alright boys, still 4.8 million zombies remain on the battlefield, but so do 23,508 of the Warhammer units. So maybe the range units are powerful enough after all to just take on 10 million zombies all on their lonesome. That's insane! We're just gonna let this play out because we've done a lot of time lapsing and I'm running out of computer space, but let's just continue to let it play and see what happens. Alright boys, it's been about an hour. I've been building a Lego Viking ship in the background for a Daily Bricks video. We have 20,000 remaining Warhammer units and only 800,000 remaining zombies, so it's pretty clear Warhammer is going to take the cake yet again. Look at these body piles the Necrons have built up. The Salamanders probably took the most losses over this way, but they still have gotten some serious numbers of kills, and the Tau over here also have been killed a little bit, but are doing pretty great. Let's go ahead and, in true Warhammer tradition, drop the nuke on the battlefield. So Warhammer takes 2 massive W's here. It was really fun to use some different Warhammer units other than just the Space Marines, which we've been using lately. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and comment down below other video suggestions you guys might have for me to do in the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Alright guys, peace! I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.